Alright, we're going to give you guys what you want, which is bike porn. Yeah, we are here at the PTO European Open, and all the pros' bikes are here in the transition for us. It's actually not race morning, it's the day before, and they've brought all their bikes to get Race Ranger installed, but it gives us a chance to look at each of their bikes. Probably not fully race set up. They're going to add some hydration and nutrition and that kind of thing, and obviously their shoes are not on them yet, but we are going to get a good look at all their bikes, so let's go. This is three-time Ironman World Champion Jan Frodeno's bike. Is pretty familiar to you probably in his standard Jan Frodeno colours. As you can see, this is the Race Ranger that they've all been put on now. So you can see the race numbers are on there. 131 is Jan, and they don't have to put these flappy numbers anymore because the Race Ranger also takes care of having the numbers on there. Jan, very neat, clean-looking bike setup here. It's it's as you would expect from Jan, it's absolutely sublime. He is on one bar, but interestingly, he's only on a 52 tooth on the front there, on one bar, which doesn't sound that extreme because when you're on one bar 52, you go slightly smaller, but wait till you see some of the other chain rings in this bike paddock, because 52 is going to sound really small, especially for someone with legs as long as Jan's. Let's keep going. Filipe Azevedo here with his Scott Plasma 6. Then we got Robert Kallin. He's on a almost unbranded Orbea there. That does look really slick. He's on 2x. Dave McNamee on an PX series. He's got the white chain here with the wax on it. He's already got that installed from Ceramic Speed. He's on 1x with a rotor Q-ring, rotor Aldo Q-rings, which is an interesting setup. He's on the Q-rings. It's a size 54, but 54 Q-ring is the equivalent of probably a 56 on a normal, so interesting there. Another Cervelo athlete here is Ben Hoffman. Ben Hoffman is obviously on Envy, and he's on the Envy disc wheel. Almost everyone here has a disc, except for a few of them, which I'll get to in a minute. Ben Hoffman on a 2x, and interestingly, a 5644 on the 2x with ice friction technology. He doesn't have that chain on yet. Like I said, it's the day before the race, so some of them are still going to do some tweaks to their bike. And here, Alistair Brownlee. So Alistair Brownlee's on a 1x setup. He's slightly larger than Jan's. He's gone with a 54 on the front there on his Zip Super 9 disc. I think most of the guys are going to be riding discs, but there might be a few exceptions. That's Alistair's BMC. It's it's a little dirty actually, but that doesn't surprise us. Cam Wurf, this might be the fastest bike split of the day, and look at the size of that chainring. He's on 2x, so he does have the option on the inside. Inside is a 44. He is not on a disc on there right now. He may put a disc on before tomorrow morning, but it's not a disc right now. Princeton Carbon Works, though, those are really fast wheels. So we'll see in the morning whether he's swapped that out for a disc. And then we have Carl Smith, who's also going to be in the front of the bike for sure. He's on a 1x, and interestingly, he is going to be riding the Power Shift hub, the classified hub. He doesn't have his race wheels on yet. That's because they're only arriving this afternoon. He's got a new disc with a classified power shift inside it, so he doesn't have to change that front ring. He can change it with a button, and it changes it inside the hub. We've done a feature on this, and it's new technology. I haven't tried it yet. I would like to try it. Carl is definitely a proponent of it. He thinks it's brilliant. He was telling me earlier that you can stop at the lights and change to your small chainring without actually moving your pedals at all, which he thinks is revolutionary, especially in short course racing, which he's doing a bit of at the moment. But he's going to have the first disc wheel that has power shift in it out here tomorrow. As I say, he doesn't have it on his Canyon CFR just yet, though. It's only arriving this afternoon, apparently. Okay, we're going to run through this as fast as we can because there are a lot of really good looking bikes here, and you guys actually do want to see them all. So Rudy von Berg in a Trek with Cadex wheels, a Cadex disc wheel. Then we've got Tom Bishop. He's on a Vitus, which is one you don't see very often. Very nice, striking blue. Another BMC, Christian Hogenhaug. Peter Heemeryck, and he's on his Scott. A Ventum there for Jason West. So one of the fastest runners on a Ventum. Bradley Weiss, he's on a Giant, Giant and Cadex wheels. Ben Knut's Trek in the standard red, white and blue that Ben Knut flies proudly. Really good looking bike there. Then we got Daniel Baekkegard, also one of the gun bikers. Canyon CFR in green. Aaron Royle on his Scott Plasma 6. Also disc wheel, again disc wheel. In fact, I can't see many that aren't disc wheels. It's definitely a course for it here. Frederick Funk, a very interesting paint job there on his Cube Cerium C68, Cube Arium C68. Look at that. That is glistening, shining, twinkling, like unicorn. Florian Angert, nice new red Canyon CFR. Striking, same as Carl's. Leon Chevalier, Cervelo P5 disc. Max Nuemann on his BMC. Magnus Ditlev also on the Scott, and then we obviously have the gold bike that we're all pretty familiar with now of Kristian Blummenfelt, and that is a good looking bike. He's got a little sticker on here that says it hurts more to lose, doesn't it just? He's also on a 2x, interestingly, and not the biggest chainring either. He's definitely not got a 60 on there. He has got a 5644, so big enough, I guess, but yeah, not absolutely massive, and also 2x. Alright, that's the men's done. Now it's time to take a walk down the ladies, and yeah, also some hot bikes here. So let's start. Sif Madsen from Denmark with a Specialized S-Works there. Amelia Rose Watkinson with the Trek or Hunt disc wheel, which is nice. I'm gonna look at how many of these are on 1x, because it's a lot less. That's 1x, 2x on there, 2x on there. That is a large one for Diede Diederiks. Let me just check. I can't see. It looks like at least a 56 on there. Maja Stage Nielsen, 1x on her Cervelo P5 disc on there, with a Zip Sub 9 disc. Els Visser, Cervelo P5. She's on 2x. And Rieschmann from Germany with an Argon 18. Barbara Riveros in her extra small and very orange Specialized. She's actually covered that over, so clearly not riding full Specialized anymore, as are most people. She's got stickers over the branding. Stork Zeitjager. Stork Zeitjager. Got wrap my head around that one. Lottie Wilms of the Netherlands. This one actually looks like a road bike that has been put error bars on. Now, this is something you don't see in the pro field very often, a converted road bike. It is a Dediachi Vertigni road bike for Luis Batista from Brazil. Luisa Batista from Brazil riding a road bike with clip-ons, which is, yeah, rare in the pro field. Rebecca Clark of New Zealand with her Orbea. Lucy Byram from Great Britain, Cube Arium C68. Indy Lee, Specialized, not taped over. She does actually ride for Specialized. Grace Tech, from Australia, with a Scott Plasma, also taped over their brand in there, not riding for them. Daniel Blummenfelt and a very nice blue Canyon CFR. She's on 2x. Ellie Salthouse, Trek Factory Racing. In their standard colours, really nice speed concept. Sarah Perez Sala with her Canyon CFR, silver standard. We used to ride one of those. Tamara Jewett from Canada with her Trek disc. Jocelyn McCauley on a Ventum, only Ventum in the women's field here. Vanilla Language, baby blue Trek speed concept disc and matching parkour wheels, which are really nice and neat. And Emma Pallant-Brown on a brand new Cadex bike. This is the first race, I think, that she's riding it with Cadex wheels. Cadex quad spoke in the front and a disc in the back. I think this is the first time she is riding this bike in a race. Interesting to see how that goes. Emma obviously going to be one of the gun runners in the field. We'll see how her bike holds up. Holly Lawrence, also red, white and blue, representing the American colours, although British colours, American colours, it's the same bike, same colour as Ben Knut, who's representing America, and Holly, well, she lives in America, represents the UK. Chelsea Sodaro on her new. Look at this paintwork. This is nice. We got sparkly gold glitter. Maybe her kids just spilt glitter. I know my kids have spilt glitter, and it gets everywhere. It looks like it got onto a bike frame. No, I think it's actually part of the paint. paint job. It is very, very cool bike with the gold detail on there for the world champion. Definitely befitting a world champion. Very neat setup. Hogenhaug, we are familiar with this bike. We've actually done a feature on it before. Very, very good looking bike, also with the gold sparkles on her P5 disc. And Daniela Ryf from Switzerland, we've also done this bike. Her felt, the only felt in the field. So I was speaking to her about her chainring choice. She's gone for quite a large one. She's got a 5644 on there, so 2x, but 56 for a big chainring. And she actually was saying to me that if she had known how steep some of the descents were, she probably would have gone even bigger for some of those fast descents. But I'm sure 56 will cut it for her. Paula Finley with her Specialized S-Works. Lucy Charles-Barclay with her new colour Cube Arium C68, and that is a very nice colour, obviously matching her new colour for her kit, which we're going to see for the first time out there today or tomorrow. She's on a 2x, and then Ashley Gentle, who PTO Canadian Open champion and PTO US Open champion, and she's on her Scott Plasma 6. And that is wrapping up looking at all the pro bikes here. Not often we actually get to see all of these bikes in one place at once. It's been a bit of a whistle stop tour, tried to pick out some of the interesting things we've seen. Obviously, as I've said, these are not the bikes as they're going to be riding on the race morning. They're going to put some interesting hydration systems and whatever else on them. We'll try and pick those out in the morning if we get a chance, but it's a bit frantic on race morning. So I hope you've enjoyed our walk through here and a good look at some of the bike porn. If you have, hit the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go back to looking at some more bikes.